welcome back, Calloway. Oh, no. What is it, bro?
Candidate Gray, we've heard a great deal from you about family values. Would you like to explain this photograph on the front page?
Oh, really? That's a string.
Or maybe your lovely wife would like to do the honors.
Oh, that's shocks. Oh, that's a string.
Do either of you have any comment about the photograph on the front of this paper?
Yes, I would like to make a comment.
Please, I'll handle this. My wife and I have the kind of marriage that most people only dream about. She's my soulmate. She's my kindred spirit. She's also as loyal and as faithful as any woman I've ever known. What you saw in that commercial before is what we have. A marriage of the best kind. Now, some of you may be wondering after you look at this seemingly indiscreet moment, I mean, how is that possible? Well, you know, there was a press conference a couple of days ago when the subject of Del Henry first came up. And quite frankly, there were things that I felt were better left unsaid, that were none of your business. But now I feel the need to tell you that in college, Del Henry and my wife were good friends.
Looks like they're still pretty good friends.
You know, word also has it that Mr. Henry is leaving town. He's leaving our fair city for parts unknown, and I wish him well. So this grainy photograph that you see here is nothing more than two friends kissing each other goodbye. Now, if I don't have a problem with that, why should anyone else?
We don't have a problem, do we? Huh?
No problem.
What's the problem here?
We're all with you, Eddie. We're with you.
This picture is part of a smear campaign, a blatant smear campaign. So blatant, in fact, that it could only be done by one arrogant man. That man is here. He's right here. Why don't you tell us about it, Adam? You see, Adam Chandler was hoping that there would be another picture in this paper. Because on behalf of Matthew Calloway, he hired some detectives to follow me around, to tail me, in hopes that I would be found in some compromising position.
Oh.
Unfortunately for him, I didn't have a college chum, so he had to get creative. He hired a woman on his payroll to try to entrap me, to try to seduce me. The woman's name is Liz Sloan. Now, I'm sorry, Adam, but there was a little glitch with your photographer and the bait.
No, that is a lie. You will do or say anything to win this election.
Mr. Gray's not lying. I think it's time that the voters in this city know the truth. Adam Chandler offered me $50,000 to sleep with Edmund Gray.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll please sit down. I said sit down, please. Thank you. Maybe now Miss Sloan will be able to finish what she has to say. And you do have more to say, don't you, Miss Sloan?
You better believe it. I did my utmost to seduce your candidate. I pulled out all the stops. And I wonder how many men in this room would turn me down flat. Like Edmund Gray did.
And then when Chandler and Calloway didn't get what they wanted, at least not for me, they went after my wife and an old friend. Well, you know, It's the oldest trick in the book, and it's a dirty trick. But it didn't work, and it doesn't change a thing, because I stand right beside my wife and right behind my candidacy, and I've done nothing to be ashamed of, and neither has Maria.
Absolutely. Hold your thought. Just a minute. You performed quite a Houdini trick here. Mr. Gray, you are telling us that there's nothing amiss here.
The only thing amiss here is you, Chandler.
Well, professional politicians are masters at talking out of both sides of their face, but Mr. Gray has picked it up very quickly.
Make your point, Chandler.
My point is that you first told us that you attacked Mr. Henry at the hospital because he made some sort of a crude comment to your wife. And now, you're telling us that they're old college chums, capable of sharing a goodbye kiss. Which one is true? Is it possible that this candidate is lying? And if so, what else has he lied about?
Let's talk about the truth about why you support Matthew Calloway, shall we? It just so happens that Mr. Chandler has recently acquired some swampland called Willow Lake.
Yes, a perfectly legal transaction.
It would seem on the face of it a rather foolish real estate venture, but thanks in fact to the rather large deposit of natural gas there, Mr. Chandler stands to make a fortune off of it. If, and only if, a bill that is currently in Congress is defeated. Because if that bill passes, well, then that land becomes federally designated protected wetlands. And Mr. Chandler knows, of course, that you can't pump gas out of protected wetlands, so what did he do? Well, guess who's sitting on the chair of the subcommittee that is overseeing this bill as we speak? Matthew Calloway. Oh. Matthew Calloway, Adam's boy, bought and paid for. Still a big fan of the truth, Adam.
Oh, absolutely. I've done nothing illegal, and that is the truth. The last time I checked, this was still a free country. And the last time I voted, I was still allowed to throw my support behind any candidate I chose. You're changing the subject, my friend. The subject is, we still have two answers to your triangular equation. Now, is Mr. Henry a boorish pervert? Is he your wife's old college chum? Or is he something perhaps much more intimate?
You will take that back.
Hector, ¿qué tú haces?
No one talks to my daughter like that. That's enough. That's enough.
No,
I cannot permit him to talk like
no,
that.
Hector, no, Hector, now, I want to go home. I have a headache.
Isabela, por favor.
All right, that's a very good idea. All right? It's a very good idea for everybody. Showtime's over, folks. Thank you very much. I want to thank you for your show of support, and I hope to see you tomorrow. All right? The election is tomorrow. Thank you, and good night. Thank you. Thank you.
Edmund, thank you so much for saying what you said about that. I'm so glad that you understand.
All right. Thanks, Pepe.
For more than a second there, I was pretty worried.
Go home to your parents.
Well, not without you.
Your father needs you.
Honey, I'm...
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Listen, thanks for coming by.
Sweet, why don't you come home with us, okay?
Okay, listen, I can't.
Well, I need to talk to you.
I've got about 12 hours left before the polls open. Somehow, I've got to clean up this mess, okay?
Sweet pea, I can help you.
No. No, I want to do this alone, okay? You got it? Now go home. Take your parents with you.
I can help you make
Just
phone calls.
go, Maria. Now.
Considering the recent turn of events, I've been asking our inner circle if a reworking of our election day strategy wasn't required.
I would say so.
Then it's unanimous.
Yes, the sooner the better.
Edmund,
Excuse me.
I know that I could apologize until I was blue in the face and it wouldn't make a difference. You probably won't ever forgive me, and nobody could blame you if you don't. But I just want you to know that I came here tonight to help. I really hope you win the election. Congress needs as many Edmund Grays as we can send.
I appreciate what you did. And I assume you'll appreciate that I don't want you to stick around tonight.
Of course. You can count on my vote tomorrow, Congressman.
You know, Chandler, it's funny. By now, I could have sworn you would have slithered off somewhere.
Oh, I missed the denouement? No.
We have business to do here.
I should say so.
So if you don't mind...
She means leave, Chandler.
You all thought this was going to be a walk in the park, didn't you? Political novice enters a race for Congress. The last minute. Thought you'd just walk off with the prize. Jack Armstrong to the rescue. Well, welcome to politics.
It's not over till it's over, Chandler.
Or until you concede, whichever's first.
Well, I wouldn't be so confident if I were you.
Give up, kids. It's over.
Oh, no, it's not over by a long shot. Believe me, even heaven forbid, if Calloway wins tomorrow,
He will.
I am not going to stop fighting. And you know what I'm going to do? I can guarantee you, if he wins, I'm going to dig up so much dirt on him, you're going to be able to convict him for accepting illegal campaign contributions from Chandler Enterprises.
Oh, good luck trying to prove that.
Well, is that a challenge?
Yes, it most certainly is.
Even if I can't prove it, even if Calloway is reelected,
Bite your tongue,
you
Brooke.
are not home free. Believe me, I'm going to use everything in my power to make sure that that bill is passed, that the Willow Lake wetlands are protected.
Goes for me too, Adam. Now that I've seen firsthand what you intend for our local environment, I'd prefer it if my son got the chance to grow up in a clean, green Pine Valley.
I'm surprised you don't want the same for your own son, Adam.
Why should you be surprised? He thinks of himself, he always has, and he always will.
I'm not polluting anything.
You better not.
Well, you got me scared to death. Look at the time. It's almost election day. Time is running out.
For you.
Tomorrow we'll tell the tale on it. Keep your concessions speech short. I hate long goodbyes.
Oh, that man.
That's no man. That's a mutant species.
So what do you think? How much damage did that picture do?
Well, if you can explain it like you did tonight to everyone.
That's not going to happen.
Listen, I hate to sound pessimistic, but the voters in this community, in this district, they take their marriage vows very seriously. Now, if they don't buy your explanation, this could very well cost us the election.
Then the rest of our game plan stands, right?
Maybe we should just dump damage control and go on the offensive.
You want to be careful of that.
Abrasive is not the image you want.
I agree. You don't want to run the risk of looking desperate, not at this point. I mean, Liz Sloan planted the seed in every journalist's head tonight, and the good ones won't let it go. And it's going to make Matt Calloway look guilty by association.
The cards have all been played. There's nothing else to do now but wait.
You've explained the pictures of Maria and Dello to the press. Now all we can do is hope that the voters buy it.
Evening, Otto. Wasn't that where I left you?
I like to read.
Good for you. Where's Gloria?
Upstairs asleep. She turned in early.
Huh. So it's been pretty quiet, huh?
So quiet I can hear the pages turning.